It's time for sports on the Quinn Broadcasting Network. QVC brings you local sporting events, action-packed specials, and play-by-play coverage of the area's sporting activities. From Pop Warner to college sports, Quinn Broadcasting covers it all. Join us now here on QVC for today's exciting event.
Testing.
Basketball terms.
He tried.
That's just good.
They're all the same.
They're just doubled up, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Mess with my stuff.
Make sure I'm with you. All right, we got plenty of seats up front. Got it back there. All right, all good. That's good. All right, everybody's settling in, right? Get his attention. Are we good? All right. Welcome to the 24th annual Millville Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We have a wonderful program planned for the group here tonight. I had an opportunity to be in the room earlier today, took some pictures. The room looks amazing when it's empty, but looks even better when it's full. So we have a wonderful program here tonight. If you get a chance, take a view of all the beautiful plaques that we have hanging around the room. The memorabilia throughout the room is amazing. All the various sports that are offered at the high school, 24 varsity programs are represented here in some way, shape, or form, and the place just continues to grow. So there are programs at your seats. We have an amazing class, Hall of Fame class, being inducted tonight, and I am going to be turning the program over shortly, or introducing the president of our club. But before I do so, I always like to give him a shout out because he doesn't give himself enough credit for the direction that our Millville Thunderbolt club has gone over the last decade or so. So our Thunderbolt club is in a great position. We have an amazing executive board, and the club is ran by a gentleman that that bleeds orange and blue. And I know you hear that phrase often, especially in Millville, but this guy, he truly bleeds orange and blue. Runs our annual Millville golf tournament, generates funds so that we can do a lot of great things for kids. Almost $35,000 worth of scholarship money, banquets, end of the season banquets, you name it. And it's all because of the direction that this gentleman has taken our club. Without further ado, our Thunderbolt Club president, Mr. Craig Atkinson. Craig.
Thanks, Dave. I also bleed purple and gold. Golden Rams, Westchester State.
Go Rams!
I like that he called you gentlemen.
You guys go to the movies, you talk back to the screen? Just kidding. Hey, the first thing I want to do is something very important. We have a Hall of Fame member by the name of Zim Smith, one of the most outstanding people that you can imagine in this room tonight. And his house caught on fire, and he lost his house. In the process, he saved his mother's life. Zim, please stand up. So if anybody can contribute to Zim, here's the jar to do it in. So we really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. Okay, I want to make some announcements and some introductions if I could. Megan, where's my lists? Okay, thank you. First people I want to introduce would be the T-Ball Club board members who are in attendance tonight. If you could you stand up when I call your name? Tony Cerace, Megan Finch Weldon, Michelle Brown, Mo Huffsey, Ronnie Lamb, Joe Durella, Lindsey Thompson-Warfel, Dave Lagamba, and Coach Eddie Andrews. Did I miss anybody? Round of applause for our board of directors. So I would also like to introduce our Millville Sports Hall of Fame committee. You're in the Millville Sports Hall of Fame right now. We have the committee made up of a number of people. If you're here, please stand up. But I'm going to read everybody's name tonight. Rich Andrews, Doc Beebe, Doc Jim Beebe, Megan Finch Weldon, Fletcher Jameson, Ron Lamb, Kathy Nieder, Debbie Sharp, Brian Sloan, Coach Ron Vinnick, Coach Ed Andrews, Michelle Brown, Dion Henry, Marty Cavanaugh Sr., Claudia McCarthy's here tonight, Dave Nieder, Dave Sharpless, Tony Cerace, Joe Durella, Bill Hoover, who's he also has a rule named after him. Where is Bill? Still drinking Tito? Actually, Coach Hoover has a rule named after him. It's called the Hoover Rule, where you got to get the hook after 5 minutes of speaking. He breaks that rule each and every year. Dave Lagamba, Jimmy McCormick. Our thoughts go out to Jimmy's in the emergency room tonight. Rob Shannon, Coach Bill Shaughnessy, and Christy Thompson. Round of applause for our Sports Hall of Fame committee. Okay. Thank you for standing up. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed, I would like to read something to you. Coach Robert Tony Cerace. Coach Tony Cerace, a product of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, graduated from Westchester State College, Golden Rams, in 1969, and came to Millville Senior High School, where he guided the Millville Senior High School football team for 25 years and the Millville baseball team for 19 years. During his 25 years as head football coach, Tony's teams finished 152, 74, and 4, amassing 8 conference championships, 10 county championships, 5 state playoff appearances, and 1 state championship in 1975. Coach, pay attention. Sit down. His honors include South Jersey Coaches Hall of Fame in 97, South Jersey National Football Foundation Hall of Fame in 98, and the All-American Football Foundation Coaches Award in 2005. Tony was also named Coach of the Week 3 times, Atlantic City Press Coach of the Year 3 times, 75, 78, and 89, and Cumberland County Coach of the Year 3 times, 87, 89, and 90. How come that wasn't in 74? That's when I played. We won. He has been inducted into the New Jersey Interscholastic Coaches Hall of Fame in 89, South Jersey Football Coaches Hall of Fame in 94, and Westchester State University Hall of Fame in 95. Golden Rams. I'm in that Hall of Fame too. Tony's baseball team's overall record was 262, 172, and 4. How do you get a tie in a baseball game? 4 ties. Baseball. Extra innings. Anyway. He won 4 conference championships as well as the Diamond Classic Championship in 1978. He was named to the New Jersey Scholastic Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame in 1997 and won the NJSIAA Award for Baseball in 2003. Tony served as a teacher of health and physical education at Millville Senior High School for 22 years, supervisor of health and physical education for 5 years, and athletic director for 9 years. He was also selected for the prestigious Millville Chamber of Commerce Pride in Millville Award in 1994. At this time, the Board of Directors of the Millville Thunderbolt Club would like to take this opportunity to honor a legendary coach of Millville High School, Coach Tony Cerace. At this time, we are formally naming the Millville Sports Hall of Fame room the Tony Cerace Room. Are you surprised, Coach?
Thank you.
Are you surprised? Come on up and speak. Not long,
You're always telling me what to do.
not long, but speak.
Thank you. Hey, that was a surprise. I love Millville, love the Hall of Fame, love the Thunderbolt Club, and I know you all do too. And so it is with great humility that I appreciate what you've decided to do, Craig. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I even like you.
So I'd like to get all the board members of the Thunderbolt Club to stand underneath the picture with Coach Cerace so we can get a quick picture before we start the program tonight. Board members, come up here, please.
How are you? Good, how are you? Good. I'm not sure. I'm tall. I don't think every
Right here, everybody, right here. 1, 2, 3, 1 more, and good
She said, why am I not? She said, why am I not an honorary member?
Like I lost my pen. I lost my pen. Sorry. All right, Craig, thank you, and Coach Cerace, well deserved. All right, I'd like to get back to our Hall of Fame celebration. Craig and I will be alternating as we call up the inductees throughout the night. just something that I always ask whenever I'm presenting in front of a large group, because everybody has a cell phone nowadays. If you don't mind, either turn it off, put it on mute. Quinn Broadcasting is broadcasting in the back. They're going to be recording the event tonight, so I just want to make sure I gave them a shout out as well. And our first inductee is from our legacy category. So our first inductee from the legacy category is Joseph Taylor. I have Joe's plaque that I'm going to read. Thanks, Craig. And then afterwards, Joe, just come on up and we'll take some pictures, and you'll have the mic. Joseph Taylor. Joseph Taylor was an outstanding scholar athlete at Millville High School, graduating in 1953. While at Millville High, Joe played varsity football for 4 years and was named Honorable Mention All-South Jersey his junior season as halfback, and All-South Jersey first team as a halfback his senior year. Joe also participated on the high school basketball team for 3 seasons, including the 1950-1951 undefeated team, as well as baseball for 3 years. Joe coached in the Millville Midget Football League and managed in the Millville Little League. He also played City League baseball, basketball, and softball. Joe is named the Millville Elks Old-Time Athlete in 2003. Joseph Taylor. Joe, come on up.
Already said everything I have to talk about.
Hey, man, congrats. We'll take some pictures after you.
Okay.
After he's done speaking.
I would like to thank the Thunderbolt Club for this award. It's an honor to receive this and a pleasure to accept it. I can't say any more that's already been said, so I don't want to spoil my legacy. I want to thank all you people, especially my family and my good friends for coming. A special friend, Dick Cossabin, for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tilt it down. The plaque. Yeah, that's it. Looking at me, boys. On 3. 1, 2, and 3. One more. Gotcha.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have Kurt Hess over there.
Yes. Take it from the back. Take it from the back.
For what?
Twice. He's very upset.
Our next inductee from 1970s, one of my teammates, Kurt Hess. Kurt Hess was an outstanding scholar athlete at Millville High School, graduating in 1976. While in high school, Kurt participated on the varsity football, wrestling, and track and field teams, winning 6 varsity letters. As a junior football player, Kurt was named All Group 4 by the Courier Post and All County by the Coaches Media and Atlantic City Press. Playing on the undefeated 1975 state championship football team as a senior, Kurt was named Honorable Mention All-State, Honorable Mention All-Conference, All-South Jersey First Team, All Group 4 Second Team, All-Area First Team, Player of the Week versus Absegami, and won the John Bucko Barbos Memorial Award. As a junior wrestler, Kurt compiled a 15-9-1 record and placed 3rd in the Edgewood tournament and 3rd in the District 32 tournament. His senior season, he led to a 16-8-1 record, placing 2nd in the Edgewood tournament and 3rd in the District 32 tournament. In track and field, Kurt won the Cumberland County Javelin Contest as a sophomore and placed in the javelin and discus events as a senior, contributing to a Millville championship. Ladies and gentlemen, Kurt Hess.
Thanks, Craig.
Especially want to thanks to my wife for keeping me alive this long to accept this. And thanks to the Thunderbolt Club. It is something to really be proud of. Be on the wall here. Thanks. Smile. Do I smell good?
On three. 1, 2, and 3.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Was that short enough?
Very good.
All right. From the 1980s, Ruby Hutchinson. Ruby Hutchinson was an outstanding scholar athlete at Millville High School, graduating in 1984. While at Millville High, Ruby participated in girls varsity basketball from 1981 through 1984, and girls varsity track and field from 1980 through 1984. She is a member of the 1983 Millville Hall of Fame girls track team, and her accomplishments in track and field include a third place in the 1982 sectional meet, which advanced her to the New Jersey State Championships, 1984 State Group 4 Championships, and she won the 1984 sectional title in the 100-meter dash in 12.1 seconds, which was a Millville High School record at that time. She also was named honorable mention All-South Jersey in 1983. Most points scored in a dual meet, 18 points, which she also accomplished twice. Most points in a season, 143 in 1983, and most points in a season, 152 points in 1984. Ruby was also undefeated in the 400-meter dash in 1983. She garnered all Cape Atlantic League and Times Journal all-area honors in 1983 in the long jump and 400-meter dash events. All Cape Atlantic League and Times Journal honors in 1984 in the long jump, and was the Cumberland County 1983 champion in the 400-meter dash. Ruby was also the 1984 Cumberland County champion in the 100-meter dash, the 400-meter dash, and the 400-meter relay. Ruby participated at the collegiate level at Gloucester County Community College, winning the NJCAA Junior College 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, and the long jump. She finished in third place at the Nationals in the 200-meter dash and was named All-American NJCAA. Ruby was coached in the Woodbine Recreational Girls Basketball League and has been a teacher at the Woodbine the Woodbine Daycare Director of Summer Camp. Ruby Hutchinson.
To God be the glory for the great things He has done. First, giving honor to God and to my mother. Mommy, you asked me a question when Michelle called me. Well, did you make it in there for track? We made it in the Hall of Fame for track and for basketball. So I count it an honor and privilege to stand here. I thank my family, my children, my sister, my team, my friends, and a big shout out to Coach Thompson. She's still always going to be coach to me. I'm not going to say that word. But I want to just say thank you. Thank you for the Hall of Fame Club for allowing me to be able to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. It's been 40 years. And when I look back and I think about the 40 years, I remember first running in the Olympics over in the Wildwood, and I came and I won that, and that's when I really knew I was fast. And because I beat Lisa Hutchison, and she already told them, we already done lost the race before we got started. And I says, oh, okay. But I thank take the opportunity to just the memories of when I opened my track book and was reading it, and then for you to read this, that says it all. I don't need to say nothing else. I just need to know that who I am and what I accomplished. And this was one of the phone calls. I wanted to be in the 1988 Olympics, and that changed. But I take an honor to be able to stand here to say that I didn't make it to the 1988 Olympics, but when I got this phone call, this was one of the phone calls that when you, as an athlete, when you start making your marks, you decide that, okay, the championships is good, but there's nothing like making your marks and being called and say, hey, you now one of the Millville Hall of Fames. So I waited for that phone call. And it's an honor and a privilege, because even now, and I still, when I look at the records, I still see he still ain't break some of my records.
That's great. Well done. Well done. This is you.
Tilt it forward. Good. Look at me on 3. 1, 2, 3, and one more. Gotcha.
Congratulations.
All right,
So our next inductee is from the 1990s. That's Carrie Merritt. Carrie Merritt was an outstanding scholar athlete at Millville High School, graduating in 1998. While in high school, Carrie participated on the varsity softball and varsity tennis teams, earning 8 varsity letters. While on the softball team, Carrie was honorable mention all-conference as a freshman, all-conference as a sophomore, junior, and senior. She was named All-South Jersey honorable mention as a sophomore and All-South Jersey first team as a junior and senior. She was named All-State her senior season. Her teams won the conference championship 4 consecutive seasons, and she was named Millville Tournament MVP in 1997 and 1998. As a varsity tennis player, Carrie was named All-Conference honorable mention in doubles as a freshman, All-Conference first team, and All-South Jersey first team in doubles as a sophomore, and played second singles as a junior and first singles as a senior. Carrie participated in softball at the University of Connecticut from 1999 to 2001, winning the Big East Championship in 2001, and was named All-Academic Team Big East for 3 seasons, 1999 and 2001. As a professional athlete, Carrie has participated in and won the Danskin Women's Triathlon in 2009, 2010, and 2011, and also won the United States Triathlon Championship in 2010. She also won the Hy-Vee Triathlon Championship in 2011. Carrie has been a teacher and a coach at Ocean City High School from 2008 to the present time, including strength and conditioning coach and varsity softball coach. Ladies and gentlemen, Carrie Merritt.
Hi. I feel like a bit of a nerd because I prepared a few things, but there's some really important people I'd like to thank tonight. Good evening. Thank you, Millville High Thunderbolt Club, for welcoming my family, friends, and me tonight. It has been a minute since I've worn the orange and blue. As I reflect on this induction into the Millville High School Sports Hall of Fame, it has provided an opportunity to ponder both past and present, the importance of the sport of softball throughout my life. Upon reflection, I realized softball was more than a sport. Softball was fun, softball was structure, softball was people, softball was family. Today, as Ocean City High School's varsity softball coach, I watch as the sport, or maybe the generation, has become driven by stats and social media posts. I watch young athletes scour their stat line, post their latest at-bat on Instagram, and wait to see how many views they get. I recognize these comments highlight my age and make me sound old. Yet I'm okay with that. I long for our present-day athletes to have the opportunity to feel, comprehend, experience that softball is more than just a sport. Softball is fun. I can honestly stand here tonight and tell you that I cannot remember a single stat from my 4 years as an MHS varsity softball starter. In fact, I read that bio, I was like, who even wrote that? Well done. You're like Google. What I can tell you is that those 4 years were fun. I can tell you that we were good, really good. I can also tell you that MHS varsity softball team from 1995 to 1998 was feared all around South Jersey. Softball is structure. My years as an MHS student athlete helped shape the work ethic, commitment to excellence, and drive that I carry with me to this day. Vindog, Coach Ron Vinnick used to repeat, prior preparation prevents poor performance. Every time Vin would say that, he received eye rolls from absolutely every single girl on the team. Turns out, Vin was right. When you put the time, preparation, and effort in, success follows. This was true on the high school softball field, but also true in life. Softball is people. During my time at MHS, I spent more time with those around the diamond than anyone else. From teammates, and boy, were there some memorable ones, to fans, trainers, and even umpires, which since coaching again, I've learned they're still the same ones, and they need to quit. They're still behind the plate. However, some of the most important and influential people throughout my life remain my Millville High School coaches. Though most of my high school sporting success occurred behind the plate, Patsy Austin, my MHS tennis coach, helped guide me as a young teenager, but perhaps more importantly, as a teacher and a coach. Patsy was calm, fierce, and intelligent. She led through a quiet confidence that helped athletes build trust in their skills. Patsy also made Uggs cool well before they became fashionable. Ron Vinnick, the master of one-liners. Oh, come on, what are we, a bunch of Giardia pickers? Or turn your wrists. And my favorite, as I shared earlier, prior preparation prevents poor performance. Some of Vin's coaching lines probably wouldn't be acceptable today, but they're what made Vin, Vin. Coach Vinnick tried to be tough. However, one of my favorite pastimes was trying to make him laugh during his favorite little hissy fits. More times than not, I was successful. As a coach now, I use skills I learned from Vindog. These include using humor to motivate and create relationships, and using cheesy one-liners to help grow bonds between player and coach. Sherry Hill Lombardo. Sherry remains my biggest coaching influence. Sherry was the coach that was fun, that was cool, but Sherry was much more than that. Sherry was the coach that listened to her players. She was the coach that valued what they were feeling both on the field and off. Yes, Coach Hill wanted you to be the best player that you could be, but more importantly, she wanted you to be the best human you could be. As a player and throughout adulthood, she is the coach you could count on. Coach Hill was the coach that taught me the value of building relationships with all student athletes. To this day, Coach continues to show up. She shows up for your best days, and she shows up for your worst days. Thank you, Coach. Softball's family. Ugh. Over the last week, I've done a great deal of reflection and reminiscing. Last week, we lost our mom. Those of you who go way back here in Millville probably know her, Marilyn Merritt. We lost the biggest part of our hearts. During the week, so many of my memories have revolved around recurring themes: mom, family, and softball. Softball quite honestly shaped the Merritt family for years. My family adjusted their lives so I could chase a dream. Just ask my brother-in-law, Eric. Many of his first experiences with my family were spent sitting at the softball field for hours upon hours. Eric, 27 years later, you're still stuck attending softball events. In all seriousness, my entire family made sacrifices for my softball career. They allowed me to play a sport I simply loved, and they never placed any pressure on me. Dan Richter, thanks for torturing me, including me, and toughening me up. You helped instill the love of competition in me and sport in me, and you were always willing to choose your little sister first. During my high school years, softball became what we did as a family. Some of my favorite memories are traveling to games in our VW vans with my mom and dad. I had more alone time with them than most high schoolers would ever want. Honestly, I loved it. During this time, I realized my parents would encourage and support every dream I had. This belief they had in me has carried me far beyond the softball field. After my college career at UConn, I stepped away from softball for many years. Sure, I picked up my glove and tossed the ball around with Max, or went up to the boardwalk to see how fast I could throw it fast pitch. There were many times over the years that I missed this sport. Just over 3 years ago, in a new phase of my life, the position of Ocean City High School's varsity softball coach opened. My wife, Lindsay, said, "Why don't you just apply for it? What do you have to lose? You loved this sport." I followed her encouragement, and I got the job. She was right. I do love the sport of softball. I was happy to be back on the diamond, happy to be back sharing my love of the game with young athletes, excited to be learning from a new generation of players, energized to once again have a competitive outlet, and privileged to be building a program. Equally and honestly, even more meaningful was an unexpected opportunity softball surprised us with. Over the last 3 years, my mom's Parkinson's and then dementia progressed. She had many challenging and difficult moments. Yet we soon learned being back at the softball field brought her joy. Being my #1 fan again seemed to take her back to happy times and memories. Lindsay, thank you for encouraging me to rekindle my relationship with softball and for giving my mom and my family this opportunity to remember the joys that the softball diamond offered us. After losing my mom this past week, I once again was reminded softball is more than just a sport. Thank you, Millville High School Thunderbolt Club, for recognizing my achievements and including me as part of the MHS Thunderbolt Hall of Fame class of 2024.
Thank you. Tilt it forward there a little bit. Thank you. One more. Gotcha.
Great job, Ken. Great job, Ken.
Sorry,
You're right.
There you go, Gary.
Thanks, Nam. All the way.
Next up is our team category. And tonight we are going to honor the 1980 field hockey team. And, all All right, the 1980 Millville High School field hockey team compiled a record of 19-1, winning the county and conference championships before losing in the South Jersey Group 4 championship game to Toms River North 1-0 in overtime. This team was called by Coach Claudia McCarthy one of the best teams she's ever coached, and were led by seniors Teresa Ben, all conference, Angela Carey, all Group 4, Laurie Chambers, all South Jersey and all Group 4, Nancy Marola, all Group 4, Jackie Renyo, all conference, Louisa Oliver, Monica McDonough, Jennifer Bruner, Renee Brown, Joanne Meiske, Debbie Cott, Sue McMurdy, and Linda Paul. Coach McCarthy was named the Atlantic City Press Coach of the Year and South Jersey Conference Coach of the Year for 1980. On behalf of the 1980 field hockey team, I'm going to call up Coach Claudia McCarthy. Coach. Well learned.
All righty. Some of you know, or might know, that I coached field hockey at Millville High School for 50 years. And I'm happy to say this is my first team that got in Millville Hall of Fame. And I did consider my 1980 team as one of the best teams I ever coached because they didn't have all the things that the hockey players have had lately. They didn't have club, they didn't have their parents traveling all over the place, to improve their skills. They just came, most of them freshman year, picked up a hockey stick and learned the game. So for us to go that far to the South Jersey finals and have a record of 19 straight wins, I have to say it was quite amazing. A little bit about the team. Why is this team different than other teams? This team had character, and they brought something different to the team. And what some people would joke and say, they also were characters because their personalities contributed to a lot of memories and team bonding, and they were sometimes a little tough to coach, but there's times that we have a lot of good memories and a lot of fun things that we did. We had breakfasts, we had picnics, we had some team bonding things like that. What also the closeness that this team had, they were a lot of good athletes on this team. Usually through the years of coaching, maybe I might have on an average of 3 outstanding athletes each year, but this was a team filled with very good athletes, which really helped a lot as we progressed through the season. The team was also more positive than critical with each other, which I really, that's a really neat aspect, of a team, to not always look for the positive things. I was always a positive coach and put that forth too, and so it made, for a lot of better each day on a daily routine, and with our wins, I have to say, I can't really say losses. We didn't have a whole lot of losses, but we had our struggles. I mean, every game was not easy. We would win a game and pull it out at the end 2-1 and things like that. We weren't rolling over everybody. The team was balanced as compared to some of the other teams that I coached. Sometimes I would have a great offense and a weaker defense, or I might have a team very strong at defense, but nobody could score. So this team was very balanced. It had a lot of the mids and the defenders, and we had a lot of offense, a lot of different people scoring, and so really that makes for a winning team also. The 1980 team did a number of things that earlier teams and some later teams failed to do. Some of the things that they did were having 19 wins. We have never surpassed that in all the 50 years that I coached. I had one team that was 19-2, and but they had like the losses were like in the middle of the season, not straight 19 wins in a row. So we had like most consecutive. That's still a school record of having 19 wins in a row without a loss. One of our teammates, Nancy Marola, at the time, had a career of 37 goals and one season of 26. That's changed over the years, but like I said, hockey has changed, and there's a lot more scoring. Back then, they had offsides, which affected, our team, because in the final game for South Jersey, we scored. We were called offsides. And they don't even have that anymore. You can go up there and cherry pick and do whatever you want to do now. But back then we did, so that really, made it different. Angela Carey had a total of 12 shutouts, and she picked up the pads, or say hockey stick, but picked up the pads the year before. So 1 year experience, going into that senior year, she did a great job for us. We scored a total of 60 goals, and we only gave up 9 that year. And we won the South Jersey Conference, and back then you could win Cumberland County Conference. The team reached #1 in the South Jersey poll, which is a really neat thing to do, and it's a very hard thing to do nowadays, to be #1 in the polls. They gave me my first 100 wins. I entered the season 19 short of my first 100 wins, and they handed that to me with their play and how they did during the season, which was really neat. I'd like to introduce my players. There were 17 players, 13 seniors, and 4 underclassmen. The players that are here tonight, come on up front. Jackie Regno. This is your maiden name. I can't, I barely, this is 44 years ago. Some of you I can barely recognize. Jennifer Bruner. Louisa Sharp. Liz Bruner. Renee Brown. Nancy Marola. Monica McDonough. Debbie Ayers. Sherry Smith. Debbie Cott. Angela Carey. Sue McMurray. My assistant coach, Christy Thompson. Anybody else? Anybody that I missed? I said Sherry. Oh, yeah. I said your name. All right. That's good.
Ladies, can we read down so we can get a picture from Andrew without having the podium in the middle, Claudia? Hold down. Read down a little bit, you guys.
Which way are we going?
You turn the other way, please. Turn sideways the other way. Good, good. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Yeah, tighten up, guys.
Tighten up.
Tell us what that is.
You ready, Rich? All right.
Craig. It's my brother.
Thank you. All right, looking at me. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Let me get 2 more. Smiles and last one. Gotcha. Good to see you. She could some of the kids. I know.
How you doing, Angela? Congratulations to the 1980 field hockey team. Outstanding job. Our next inductee is from the coaches category, and this is Coach Dennis Thomas. Dennis Thomas coached the Millville High School football team from 2015 to 2022, compiling a 52-24 record, and the Millville High School track and field team from 2020 to 2021, compiling a 13-3 record. His football teams won 2 state championships, 2016 and 2022, were in 5 semifinals, made the playoffs each year, and Dennis was named Coach of the Year in 2016. His track teams won the Buena Relays, the Bridgeton Relays, and the Cumberland County Championship. Unfortunately, Coach Thomas couldn't be with us tonight as he's now a coach at Syracuse University, and they had a game tonight, so he couldn't make it. But accepting on behalf of Coach Thomas is Dave Lagamba.
So I did ask Dennis to send just a couple of lines so he can somewhat be here. First and foremost, he wanted to say thank you to the Millville Hall of Fame Selection Committee for selecting him. He also wanted to congratulate the other inductees who are here tonight. To the Millville Thunderbolt Club, thank you for all you have done. Your support, dedication, and commitment to excellence has propelled not only me, Coach Thomas, but thousands of student athletes in Millville. I gladly accept this award, but I am absolutely nothing without the hardworking and dedication of my coaching staff, players, and administrators. My 7 years in Millville were some of the best years of my life, and you made that happen. The student athletes are some of the best kids I've ever been around. The kids are loving, coachable, caring, and would do anything to help out their teammate. I will always cherish the Thunderbolt family, and we will continue to strive for excellence, whether it's on the field or in the classroom. The standard is always the standard, no matter the situation. Thank you again. Yours truly, Coach Thomas.
We'll take a picture of Dave. Yeah, okay. We'll send it to Coach Thomas.
Attaboy, good. One more. Gotcha.
Thank you. All right. This next inductee, I'm fortunate enough to have worked with actually for 99% of my career, and it was truly an honor. For our lifetime achievement, Dr. Seth Silver. Dr. Seth Silver, orthopedic surgeon, was the Millville Senior High School team physician from 1992 until 2024, a period of 32 years. During that time, Dr. Silver spent endless hours treating Millville athletes and coaches and was instrumental in returning all athletes back to the playing field as quickly as possible. Dr. Silver graduated from Wilkes College and earned his medical degree from Georgetown School of Medicine in 1983. He was in military service from 1983 until 1992, serving in Desert Shield and Desert Storm from 1990 through 1991. Where he won a Bronze Star as a combat field physician. He has worked in Cumberland County as an orthopedic surgeon since 1992 and was the Cumberland County College team physician as well. My guy, Dr. Seth Silver. Doctor.
Wow, I am so honored and really blessed to receive this award. And as I spend the night in this amazing, really, club, I don't know how many high schools are as lucky as the Millville system to have something like the Thunderbolt Club. And I want to take this time to thank the committee and Craig and certainly for nominating me. And I want to congratulate the other nominees. And again, I can't believe I'm in this group. I never played a down or an inning in Millville High School, and I kind of just showed up. But for me, as I sat down and started thinking about remarks, one word just kept coming into my mind, and that was fun. I mean, I have really had 32 years of fun of being involved with a system that is just an incredible high school system. And my notes are not in order. I got to fix those. But so it's really been fun. And although someone else said fun 6 times, I'm going to say 7 in their speech. But for me, it enabled. I've been involved with football since I'm a little guy. I played for the Valley Stream Green Hornets at 10 and continued on and for as long as I could. And what being a team physician did for me was gave me vicariously another 32 years of playing. And I don't know if you've seen that commercial where a bunch of old football players, are sitting around and they want to get back in the game. And, one guy catches the ball in hand, he turns around. And, I so much wanted Coach Surace to put me in. But I know that I would have died. And just like those guys. But professionally, as a orthopedic surgeon, we wear a lot of hats and take care of a lot of different types of patients. And I must tell you, being a team physician is really fun. You have the best patients in the world. They want to get better. They want to get back into the game. And in my lifetime, women's sports exploded. I mean, Title IX, and then all these women came to play, so I got to take care of the female athletes, and that brought new challenges, which makes your career more exciting and dynamic. Over the years, I got to build great relationships with some of the athletes. I felt part of a team. I think I bleed blue and orange. It's been 32 years, and you have this greatest football game that I'll talk about in a minute, but if you're passionate about sports and, you're an athlete, Millville is an amazing place to be. And one of my regrets is that I never played a down or an inning for Millville. I think I would have done really well here. For me, professionally, the work was great, and I worked with, tremendous people here. And, I have to mention, over the past several years, Dan Richter, who I've known since age 12, we just had a blast on the sidelines. We always had a lot of fun, but we always made sure we got our athletes back healthy. And you have no idea what quality of an athletic trainer you have. I've been involved in professional sports. You got a professional caliber athletic trainer here, but that's Millville. I mean, look at his facility. Again, it's an amazing high school when it comes to athletics and what it will do for its athletes. I had the pleasure of breaking in Tony Surace, Dave Heck, Jason Durham, Tommy Wickward, that was fun, Dennis Thomas, and now, Bert. Ayala, and I'm sorry about today's game, but I still follow every moment of the games. But there are 2 coaches, and it's apropos that both of those coaches received awards that I felt I have to mention. And this is the fun part. There were several things that I personally would do every year and really enjoyed, and really it was part that kept me in football. And I would judge a coach by their halftime speeches. Now, both Dennis Thomas and Coach Surace are some of the best coaches that I've ever been exposed to, and I've been involved with, the Olympic pentathlon. I've been involved with professional teams. I've been involved, and yet these 2 individuals are special in the way they approach their students and the psychology. And to me, this was fun to watch and fun to be part of. So I never met anyone like Tony who could scream with such emotion, yell, and never use a profanity, never curse. And I mean, he's spitting. I mean, he's yelling. And I'm waiting for the bad words to come, which all the younger generation coaches, they don't know any other words. So I love the psychology of what Tony did, whether it's his bombers and how he treated his seniors and worked his athletes, and the psychology of working with high school kids. Tony, you were fabulous. You made it fun. So you fixed my ankle. Yeah, yeah. People know me if they got hurt, and if you don't know me, that's good. You never got hurt. And then there's Dennis Thomas, just a genius with his play calling and how he did. And I hear his voice on a regular basis during the state playoffs. He had to figure out a way to stall for time. He had to calm his kids down. He calls them over. He calls a timeout. And I'm standing there and listening to every word. He's, you think he's going to, yell at this guy. You got to hold your block, and don't you got to tackle better and all these things. And he starts over and he looks at one of the kids and goes, "So how's your girlfriend doing?" And he starts talking to kids, and this is in the middle of the state game, and he calms them down and settles down, because they go on to win the game. And this is the stuff that kept me passionate for the game, kept me in the game, along with the ability to take care of, as someone else said, some of the best and most intelligent athletes and nicest people that I've ever taken care of in my career. And I was in the supermarket the other day. I live in Port Elizabeth. And I bumped into a young man who my son hates me for, because this guy got hurt, and I let him get back in the game. And really quick, and the game I let him back in was in the Turkey Bowl, and that was the year we won 6-0. He intercepted. My son played for Vineland, and he doesn't forgive me to this day that I let this guy come back in the game. And to be part of a school that has a traditional game that goes back to 1893 is just, and I live for the Turkey Bowl. I love that game. I've been to 32 games straight. I can't tell you how many family things on Thanksgiving. They've all had to wait for me till the game was over. It's just an amazing tradition. And I would love to have played in that game. And that's my regret. I never played in the Turkey Bowl. And for you Thunderbolts who have or have been involved in the game, I'm jealous. Go for it. But so there are fabulous things I love about Millville. I am very, very honored. I'm really appreciative. And thank you. Very, very much. Archery, don't screw this up.
Okay. Lean it forward, Doc. No, not.
What do you mean, like the fish? You
Just,
push
yeah,
forward and make bigger?
okay, looking at me. 1, 2, 3, and one more. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Coach Serace, no profanities at halftime. What halftime are you watching? So, just so everybody knows, all the inductees, please stay after we're finished. Maybe we can gather over here so Audrey could get a picture of the entire inductee class, okay? So, that concludes our event for tonight, but I do want to reintroduce our inductees, and please stand up when I call your name. Our Legacy Award, Joseph Taylor. Please remain standing when I call your name. From the 1970s, Kurt Hess. From the 1980s, Ruby Hutchinson. '90s, Carrie Merritt. The 1980 field hockey team. Coach Dennis Thomas. And our Lifetime Achievement Award, Dr. Seth Silver. So, ladies and gentlemen, I formally present to you the class of Millville Sports Hall of Fame 2024. Thank you very much. We have hors d'oeuvres and drinks still available, so you can hang around. Thanks a lot for coming out tonight.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
We're all looking for God. All the signs point to, there is really a God. We try to find Him in all kinds of ways, in all kinds of places, and through all kinds of things. But there's only one way to find Him. That's by personal experience with Him. Come visit us this Sunday. We can introduce you to Him. New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
We're all looking for God. All the signs point to, there is really a God. We try to find Him in all kinds of ways, in all kinds of places, and through all kinds of things. But there's only one way to find Him. That's by personal experience with Him. Come visit us this Sunday. We can introduce you to Him. New Life Church, Millville, New Jersey.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC. Programming that serves the South Jersey market.